Hi, welcome to Fiberchats. So today we're doing a very special episode. It wasn't planned, it's sort of like very impromptu, but I have two of my friends from Instagram here, one of whom you already know, Lily Cumbria, and if you by chance missed her interview, I'll put the link here so you can watch it. And I have Annelie from Sweden, Annelie Neat Design. And these two wonderful ladies have a very special project that we want to talk today about. So Annelie, I want to start with you. Tell me about like why you decided to make this design, like what made you decide to finally publish a design?
It took a war for me to do it. This horrible war started and the fugitives started to arrive to Sweden, and they were women and children with the most terrible and horrific stories to tell. I wanted to do something, and I didn't want to just give money, so I maybe knitting, maybe I knit a top, have an auction, but that's just once. So I continued to think about it, and I thought maybe I can make a pattern and sell that and let the proceed go to Ukraine. So I think I needed a partner. So I thought Lily, she's excellent for this. I made a design for this top Unstoppable, and I made scribble notes and sent them to Lily, and she created a pattern of all that mess, and I'm so grateful for it.
Well, me too, for multiple reasons actually, because we talked a while back, like really a while back about it, and I was asking you about one of your designs, and I said, well, can I buy the pattern? And you were like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm just designing for myself. I don't want to bother with the patterns. So I'm actually really glad that Lily got you out of your comfort zone and helped you become a real designer, published designer now. Lily, tell me about like how that whole thing went. Like, was it difficult to be a partner with somebody?
Oh no, we've probably known each other for about 3 years online now, and we chat every day and we get on really well. And as you can see, we're sisters. So yeah, Annelie said to me one day, you know, let's do something together. And we were talking about the war, and you know, as an individual, you feel so helpless. But what could we do? And then we thought, actually, we can do something, you know, we can, and, you know, absolutely not about us. It's about these poor people in Ukraine. They are so brave and they are really, really unstoppable. So Annelie came up with these ideas and scribbled notes. And then we thought, how can we make this the most accessible to all ages and all body sizes? So she went away and did the magic that she does with lace. And that's how the pattern arrived. And so then it was testing with 22 people from all over the world, marvelous people who just were so happy to take part, and we're really, really grateful for our testers. And now it's a thing.
I saw your testers like posting their pictures, and it blew my mind because like we see this right now on the mannequin, right? So it's obviously like this size 0 kind of body there. But I saw it on like people of all different sizes, and it looks absolutely fabulous on everybody. Like, and it's like all different kind of yarns. There are people who use just one color. There are people who use the striping yarn, the multiple color yarns, like really endless possibility with this design.
Oh, that's the constant joy of testing. You'll know as a tester yourself, and you see the other tester, everybody does their own thing, and whilst they're all doing the same thing, it's a kind of magic really. But yeah, they came up with some stupendous versions. You know, we're really grateful for that.
So you decided to do different kind of pricing because the pattern priced to raise money basically for women and children of Ukraine, but you gave people options of using different discount codes to fit their budget needs. Tell me like what made you decide to do so?
Well, I think everybody wants to help, but not everybody has the same means. So bearing this in mind, and I have actually seen other designers do that, I thought that's a really good idea. So I set a price which was not excessively expensive for people, very kind people like yourself, to purchase the pattern. But then if somebody, who didn't have the same means, but really wanted to help, wanted to do it as well, then I would make it more possible. So there's a 20% token, a 40% and a 50%. And that's where we're at the moment. And at the moment, we're just on Ravelry. But I know everybody doesn't like Ravelry, so I'm thinking we'll put it on another platform like PayHip or something like that, and see how it works there. But we're selling, which is amazing.
Let's talk about something else that started happening today. You just started this giveaway for 4 of these patterns. What made you decide to do the giveaway?
Well, we wanted to do something for ourselves, maybe some followers. We don't get any economic profit in this, so we wanted to show more of our work to the world. And we want to boost this top to the world, so people get interested and check it out, and they who doesn't win maybe want to buy it.
Yeah.
The pattern.
And Annelie had never done a reel before, and she said, how can I get it to the most people? And I said, you need to do a reel. So you went away, didn't you? And discovered how to do a reel.
I said I never did make a pattern and I never make a reel. Now
Well,
I don't remember.
Annelie, are you now unstoppable yourself?
I'm definitely unstoppable. I'm always unstoppable.
Yeah, she's been unstoppable from the minute I met her.
Yes. A force of nature.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, I know you through the yarn lovers community. Basically, like that's how we've met, and you're doing this thing to like bring all the fiber artists together and like help them to discover each other. And I met some wonderful people through this thing. I mean, including you too, obviously. I feel like Instagram is very difficult place to navigate with all the algorithm changes and everything. So how can people actually help to raise money for this thing? I mean, what's the best way you think they can help you?
Well, I did think, we did discuss this morning, if people wanted to do knit-alongs, that would be very helpful, because there are a lot of dyers out there and designers who, especially the designers, it would be very helpful for them, to support us in this way. But the yarn companies, it's win-win, literally, if they were to run a knit-along. I've never actually run one. So if somebody could come forward and help us in that way, that would be really fantastic.
Well, yeah. Maybe we should do the group on Ravelry, and I'm just thinking out loud because I'm running another knit along on Ravelry, and this is first time I'm doing it on Ravelry, but it's very easy to organize a group on Ravelry. And then people from like you can advertise the group for the knit along, and like all kinds of different people discover it through the pattern. Like when they see the pattern, they see the notion of the knit along going on, so they can join the group as well.
Yeah. Oh, if somebody wanted to come forward and offer. I wasn't suggesting you, but if somebody could, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, we'll just have to do something else that we've never done before, and make it work.
Right. I mean, I feel like if every single person who has an account on Instagram just shared that story, just shared that pattern, it'll find its customers,
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, sharing is absolutely the best thing, for getting the widest spread and making it as well. And even if you can't knit, you could make it and get somebody else, buy the pattern and get somebody else to knit it for you, and then wear it and talk about it. And let's get Instagram full of unstoppables.
Well, I mean, we talked, Annelie and I talked before we started this interview, we talked a little bit about the news today. So what's happening when the news break out, everybody is in uproar and everybody feels for the victims of this war. And there was like a lot of activity. And then some other news come by and suddenly people forget all about it. But the war didn't stop. The war continues. And actually the horrors for those women and children are much worse now than they probably were a month ago when you just came up with this idea.
Yeah.
The beauty of this pattern that it's a continuous support. It doesn't stop today. It doesn't stop when the news stop covering it. It's actually continuing. And I feel like it's very important to talk about it, because this is how we can remind people that even though it's not on every news channel any longer necessarily, nothing changed.
No, I get quite upset when I hear people say they are bored with the news from Ukraine. Move on, talk about something else. I read these comments every day on Instagram. People with so small-minded opinions. They have no idea what people in Ukraine are going through right now, and especially women and children. I talked to several women here in Sweden, and the stories they have to tell, it's so awful. You can't even imagine what they've been through. And people say, move on, let's talk about something funnier.
But how can you move on from people living in basements whose towns have been reduced to rubble, and having having to have snow for water, and there's not even any snow anymore, and how have they managed? And they're just so brave, and it's a really great brave spirit that they have.
They are so strong and have so much power to live, but it's a very hard situation, you know.
Well, I have another question. So if people, let's say, are not knitters, right? If they, some different kind of fiber artist, or just somebody who is watching this video who doesn't know how to do any kind of fiber art, can they still support you somehow? Can they send money for like PayPal or something to support this cause?
Yeah, we'll be setting up a Just Giving fund, which people can contribute to, and that we'll put it together with the proceeds from the knitting, and hopefully that will be really good, because we do appreciate that there's a lot of people who can't knit who would want to contribute or give more than they actually pay for the pattern. So that's a really good option for us.
Right. And I've heard that you contacted some of the knitting magazines to talk about this pattern. So was that the idea of continually bringing attention to this pattern and to this cause? Was that
Yes.
how you did it? Yeah.
Yes. I sent them pictures, and I was hoping that they want to help us and contribute to this cause. And some of them has responded, and I'm very positive, and I hope it's 4th of July today, so many American magazines are not, they are busy with other things, but I hope that they will get back to me and want to do something bigger of it, because the important thing here is it's not about me, it's not about Lily. This is all about the unstoppable top for the unstoppable women in Ukraine. And that's in my heart. And people need to get that. We don't do this for our own fame and fortune. We're doing this for the women.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We can't do a lot, but we can do this.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's actually very symbolic that on the Independence Day of America, it's a good reminder for people to think about the war for independence in Ukraine, you know.
Yes.
And the freedoms that they are enjoying in their countries, you know, which those people in Ukraine are not enjoying, and for heaven only knows for how long.
Right. Well, we're gonna put all the links to the pattern to you guys, and we're gonna keep updating it here on the description of this video so people can find you and help you. And please guys share, please post, if you need this stuff, post pictures of it. So this is gonna bring more attention to this
Yeah.
Can I say something? I want to thank all the testers. That was so helpful. And I want to thank all my friends and family. This is Oscar's speech. And I want to thank my friends, my families, and my family, and all of these people that helped us during this journey. There are so many. I won't mention anyone because I'm afraid to forget someone, but all of you, I love you from the bottom of my heart.
We do. We love you all, and we love Irina for
Yeah.
helping us. Yes,
We
very
love
generous.
you the most.
Yes.
I'm so happy that like I convinced you guys to do this because you know, I feel like that was another first for Annelie, and I'm so happy that
Yes.
actually agreed to that.
Yes, first of many. I'm
So
hoping.
many.
Well, thank you so very much. And
Yes, thank you, Marina.
Thank you very much.